will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you the following important episode of Almost Live.
Hi, I'm Captain Flanker.
And I'm First Mate Jeff Dawson.
You may recognize us from our hit television series, Flying Low. Today we're out in the skiff with a few safety tips for opening day of boating season.
Right, Captain.
First, always have a well-insulated cooler on board to keep your beer cold. Second, don't get naked without applying adequate sunscreen. And third, always watch for hidden hazards.
Like those rocks.
Huh?
Gosh, I must be dreaming. Robin and Maynard introducing Almost Live?
No, Robin, this is no dream. With special guest tonight, comedian Elliott Maxx.
I'm dreaming.
And the high-fiving white guys.
This has got to be a dream.
It's not a dream. Snap out of it. You're not dreaming.
Oh!
See, it is real.
Oh, well then, that must be...
It is. It's John Keister.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, it's been kind of a bad week here in Seattle, kind of a bad day today. First of all, as you probably all know by now, the Sonics lost to the Portland Trailblazers today. Now, I know none of us could possibly have seen that coming, I know. But amazingly enough, it's the end of the Sonics season. They're out of the playoffs. Just unbelievable. But even more distressing is a national traffic survey came out this week that Seattle is the 4th most congested city in the country. Ooh. Not as much of a boo, I know. You know, that's the highest we've ever been rated in that particular scale. Apparently, the Department of Transportation was tired of finishing out of the top 5, so this year they got serious. They sunk a few bridges, tore up some freeways. You know, if they keep going like this in a few years, we'll be number 1. Number 1. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. You know, a lot of people wonder, why is the traffic so bad here? But if you'd read a little farther in that report, they spelled it out, I think, pretty well. And we took the time to research it. And these are the reasons that our traffic is so bad. For example, anyone with a sailboat has the right to hold up rush hour traffic for as long as they want. We all know that's true. Former Spokane residents are not used to paved roads. Now, okay, a big factor, Boeing's pace of life stays with the workers when they get in their cars. That's tough. Also, lots of suburban kids flocking to the city for sex and drugs. Also, a lot of drivers smell latte and have to pull over. And then once a year, there's always mushroom season. We know that's right. And motorists are still nervous about Dale Ellis. That's very... Still nervous. They're still very nervous, even though he's in Milwaukee. Those are some of the reasons that traffic is so bad around here, but when you get stuck in traffic, we want you to keep your spirits up. We want you to stay with that positive attitude, and if you've got trouble, just try to be more like the most energetic and happy people on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by for the high-fiving white guys. The high-fiving white guys in a scummy alley.
Wait.
What?
No.
Okay, it's the high-fiving white guys on the east side! High-fiving white guys are awesome! Bellevue babes love them!
Look at the high-fiving white guys. Oh my God!
White guys are positive role models!
Woo, they are so rad.
They like bitchin' cars! Beamer! Lexus!
the high-fiving white guys.
Oh, those are the days.
Cash machine!
It's all right! Wait, hold it!
What day is it?
Tequila Tuesday! Dudes! Everybody loves the white guy!
Hey, it's the high-fiving white guys.
Hey, I can high-five too. They're so white, it's unbelievable!
Hello?
Hello? High-fiving white guys? Can I be a high-fiving white guy too? High-fiving white guys! All right!
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back with Elliott Maxx.
It's a It's a
I grew up on rock and roll, but I can't take the hard stuff on those rock stations. But then I found a new station, FM 104, The Mountain. They play mellow music with songs that I haven't heard in years. Songs by the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and the Doobie Brothers. I mean, it's been years. I can't believe you can actually turn on the radio and hear the Eagles. Where could they have found those records? It's amazing that there's a radio station, you turn it on, and you can actually hear the Eagles. I got so excited that I went to work and I told everybody there, hey, there's a radio station, you turn it on, and there's the Eagles. And I say, what, were you listening to KZOK? And I said, no. Was it KBSG? No. KVI? No. Was it KJR? No. Como? No. Was it the Muzak at QFC? No. Well, have you been in any elevator anywhere on the planet? No. I said, no. It's FM 104, The Mountain. They said, Mountain? I thought you said it was a radio station. I said, it is a radio station. And then they said, well, why did you say Mountain? And I said, shut up, okay? They're playing the Eagles. It's the Eagles. Finally, somebody got it just like everybody else. My guest tonight has been with us before. He's a two-time winner of the Seattle International Stand-Up Comedy Competition. Please welcome Elliott Maxx.
Okay, well, a little folk song from that era, I guess. Here we go. What do you do with a codependent sailor? What do you do with a codependent sailor? What do you do with a codependent? Never was a hit. I am a comedian now, though, and a lot of people ask me, how I come up with those great comedy gags and things. And, a lot of comedians work differently. Some use stream of consciousness or formula writing. I'm into this new thing called plagiarism. And you'd be surprised how effective it can be. Anyway, also people ask me about my past, how did you get your start in this business? And also when that was going to be. And I actually got my start, I was in the folk band Sphagnum Moss. You probably remember me from that. Well, originally we were the Electric Blue-Green Color Machine, but one night we got stoned and accidentally got locked inside of an Ernst Lawn and Garden Center. You are what you eat. Hence Sphagnum Moss. Well, I'd like to do a song from those old days, if you don't mind. It's kind of a folk song I wrote with a friend of mine. He wrote the words, and I wrote the lyrics on it. And it's a song about an endangered species. You probably heard many about, you know, the whales or the seals or, you know, spotty owls or whatever. And well, I guess nothing written about a spotty owl yet, but probably because we haven't had a chance to really get to know them, you know. No, I thought myself in my lifetime I'd never see a spotty owl, but just a couple of weeks ago, I was driving down this deserted logging road, and just for a brief moment, I saw a spotty owl. I remember thinking to myself later as I was trying to dislodge him from the grill work of my car. How majestic. But this is not about the spotty owl. This is about another animal in much danger. I speak, of course, of the cow. It's a little song I call A Song for the Cow. Or for our Spanish friends, of course, that's Un Ballad de Toro. Well, yeah, see, because literally that's the song of the lawnmower. And I think you know what I mean. The mini cows, the longhorns, the Guernseys, the heifers, the black and white spotty ones. On the plains of India, they were likened to be gods, these bovine Buddhas, mooing in the distance like dyslexic gurus chanting their mantras. And only to be taken off to the New World, to be slaughtered for their meat and hide by Ronald McDonald, the Hindu Antichrist. Steam rising off the cow pies in the early morning dawn. Cow hawks up his cud, and it is gone. And he's standing in the pasture, just as passive as can be. But he's dreaming of a time when cows can run free. But there's a man with a gun, so you better run or you'll end your life in a sesame bun. He don't run, he don't even try, and this is what it sounds like when cows cry. He waits and grazes and waits for the day when one cow, born in the barn, crucified on the golden arches, fried, barbecued, and flame broiled for your sins, the Messiah, shall come out of the pasture to say, no, we're more than just beef. I am cow, hear me roar. Come on, everybody. We can change the world, or at least the menu. Come on. Go tell the Burger King that beef just ain't my thing. Hey, it's time for you to let my cattle go. It's time for you to let my cattle go.
Elliott Maxx, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
Is it just me, or have all these rock stations gotten too hard lately? And is it just me, or are lawnmowers louder too? And just when did Johnny Carson start shouting all his monologue jokes? And is it just me? Or are aliens from outer space sending signals into my brain telling me to burn down my apartment building? I'm not sure. but I do know one thing. There's a new radio station. It's called FM 104, The Mountain. They play a bland mix of tired old songs designed not to set people like me off. The Mountain. Finally, somebody got it right. No, I won't do it. No, you can't make me.
And now, it's time for Roundtable, a weekly discussion of current events, with your host, Desmond Avery.
Hello, this is Roundtable. Today we have our regular panel of Guy Wilson, Warren Maynard, Wendy... All right, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but we've been trying to deceive you. Steve, please show the entire set. You see, sometime this week, some barbarian came in and stole our round table. But we're determined not to let the act of one person ruin our show. So with that said, let's continue with Roundtable as if nothing is wrong. So, Guy, could you please start us off with your comments on the savings and loan investigation?
Well, to begin with, Guy, are you all right? I'm so used to having that table there. I gotta get help.
All right, well, while Guy is getting help, Ron, could you please start us off? Your comments on the saving and loans investigation.
Yes, Desmond. Well, I've been examining them for some time, and I'm sorry, Richard.
Ron,
See, the thing is, normally there's a table here with an ashtray right there, and I'm sorry, I cannot do this show without that table.
Ron,
I'm
you
going
can
to
do
leave.
it without the table. You can do it. All right, let's not let this rattle us. We're not going to get rattled. Warren, see if you can start us off.
Desmond, I've been documenting certain aspects.
All right, wait. Excuse me, Warren, excuse me. I think before we go any farther, we're going to have to explain your clothing.
What do you mean?
Well, folks, I'm afraid it's true. Every week, while this distinguished expert has been discussing the most important issues of our time, he hasn't been wearing any pants.
It just helps me relax, that's all.
Oh, Warren, get dressed. Go get dressed. Well, I hope you're happy, Mr. Furniture Thief. You look what one senseless act of a thug has done to these good men.
I took the table.
What?
I took it and I burned it.
You burned our round table?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I knew that without it as a prop, you would all be exposed for what you really are. Know-nothing, stuffed shirts.
You took our table. Excuse me, I think I'm going to be sick.
Bye, Desmond. Please join me next week at this same time for a new show I'll be hosting called Wendy Parker's Female Viewpoint. I'll see you then.
Welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Boeing reported that this year's first quarter earnings were above last year, but still below expectations. Asked what their expectations had been, a Boeing spokesperson said, well, it had been to own all of the money in the world before the end of March. In a sting operation, the Auburn police had 3 underage kids buy beer. Several store owners were fined. The same tactic has not worked outside of Auburn, where cashiers can accurately subtract 21 from 1991. In a Seattle Times survey of livable cities, former Sonic Jack Sikma said the most important factor in where he lives is the educational system. Sikma said the least important factor is the availability of a good hairstylist. The FAA has recognized SeaTac Airport for its outstanding safety and operations programs. The FAA said that the only dangerous situation at SeaTac is for food servers who have to tell customers their roll-in coffee will be $6.95. A West Seattle bank robber was described as distinctly attractive by 2 female bank employees. From the woman's descriptions, police are looking for a man 5'11" with light brown hair and the cutest little butt this side of Bellevue. Seattle's Welcome Home to the Troops parade may be canceled because of problems with peace activists and the IRS. Officials say instead of a parade tribute, soldiers will be given videotapes of every newscast on every station from March to May. TCI Cable plans to add a new movie channel next month and will automatically bill customers unless the channel is canceled. If successful, TCI plans to just tack an extra $100 on everybody's bill and see if anyone notices. The mayor of Valdez, Alaska, has made a TV ad for Exxon proclaiming Prince William Sound nearly recovered from the oil spill. The commercial will run during an episode of America's Funniest People. Attorneys for the contractors who worked on the old I-90 bridge say they were unable to find a smoking gun that would explain why the bridge sank. They did, however, find evidence of open hatches that filled with water. Tacoma's new entry in the Western Hockey League will be called the Tacoma Rockets. Team officials say the name comes from an age-old Tacoma tradition of lighting fireworks during AC/DC concerts. Finally, the Seattle PI journalists won 11 first-place awards in a state newspaper competition. The PI took second place in Best Overall Paper, narrowly losing out to the Little Nickel want ads. This has been the John Report. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
I grew up on rock and roll. I really did. And I'm getting sick and tired of the same wimpy radio stations playing the same mellow, lame oldies over and over again. I turn my dial to try to get away from them, and I find this new station, The Mountain. What the hell's that? It's worse than the other ones. I'm starting to get pissed off. Finally, somebody went too far.
Well, that's all the time we got. See you next week. Bye.